Before Mayor Franke, Cedar Hill was a very small suburb. I think the population might have been under 30,000 people.
Cedar Hill was ready for him. It was a town that was well managed. We had a good city manager. We'd had honorable mayors, honorable city council members, good people working for the town. And Rob has certainly supplemented that image well.
Well, he's done so much for Cedar Hill, and we've grown so much since he's been mayor with his hard work. Many, many, many hours of hard work. We've just grown into a premier city.
The thing that drives him is the people that live here and that want to be here, and really his goal has always been to make Cedar Hill like a place that people want to live and feel a part of and feel like included and called their home. Creating a safe space for people is what drives him.
Oh, his faith has played a lot. He's a servant. He was a servant at our church, and he was a shepherd, and he has just always served others and in ways that a lot of people don't know.
I think what inspires him is he enjoys Cedar Hill, he loves Cedar Hill, and he loves people.
His faith and his love of the city.
His faith, his love for the Lord, and I think that works itself out in a genuine desire to see people blessed.
He really cares for people. It doesn't make a difference if you're young or old, if you're rich or poor, if you're black or white, Hispanic. I mean, he cares. He's a very honest man, and absolutely a man of integrity.
You know, in life, we're either a lighthouse or we're a boat. Mayor Franke is very unshakable. He is the lighthouse. He is the man of principle. The lighthouse stays firm. It's a guiding light for everyone else.
He has a personality that's friendly and forthcoming and spiritual, and so I see his fingerprint because I see a great deal of unity in the city. It's not perfect, but there's a great deal of unity among the ethnic groups, among just people in general. And to me, that's crucial. That makes for a happy city.
When he leads with a spirit of humility and service everywhere he goes. And he's one that many of, not just me, but many of us just look up to as one that we want to model ourselves. And I know his model is the one he tries to model his life after is Jesus Christ.
I mean, there's several instances where we would just be going down the highway and someone's on the side of the road and we pull over and help them if they need their car pulled out of the ditch or need help changing a tire. I mean, yeah, we may be in a hurry to get somewhere, but you know, it's kind of important to help someone when you see them, you know, just standing there and they have no one.
I think there are many aspects of Mayor Franke's legacy that we will all benefit from for generations to come. One of which being that he is a planner, and the second being that he's a peacemaker, that he really does work to make sure that our whole city is cared for and that he has set us up for a great future even after he is mayor.
He's never afraid to, do the right thing, and so integrity. But yeah, I think he's given the people to follow, a good block to stand on.
Under Mayor Franke, I think of three incredible accomplishments. One, this particular government center. And the staff put the deal structure together, but it would not have happened without Mayor Franke. And now we end up with something it's the only one of its kind in the entire state of Texas where you have school district administration and city government operations in the same building. That's one. The other thing, I think this incredible retail growth. There's been almost 4 million square feet of retail commercial space under Rob Franke's leadership. And I think the other thing that I would absolutely give him credit for, he was the one that was behind the push to set aside, devote 20% of this city as green space.
I feel the mayor's legacy would be the nature corridor of the city. Although we had amazing growth, we were still able to maintain the open space and the rolling tree line of the city of Cedar Hill. I think that would be the true legacy.
I just think he cares. He cares about what happens in the city, how the city looks, and where the city's going.
The key element may be that you can't see his fingerprints unless you look at the whole town, the whole atmosphere, the way people behave toward each other. We have a good town.
Rob has always been a good servant, and that's what it takes to be a leader.
He gave me this card our last anniversary, so that would be the last card. And he said, "God has been so good to us, I cannot believe he gave me you. As we grow old together, let us celebrate his goodness and his grace in our lives. May his riches and grace always be present in us, and may we show his love to each other. May his love be seen by others, and may we use our life and love in marriage to show others his great love. This is my prayer for us. I love you, Rob." And this is the same way that he feels about his city staff, his city manager, and his city. And I thought if I read this, people could truly get a glimpse of what an honorable man he is.
When I came in 2000, there was a split council, and it was split 5-2, and the mayor was in the minority. And he had to learn how to lead through adversity, and I think he developed his leadership skills through that process of being on the wrong side of a majority.
The Cedar Hill way is that we work together and collaborate to come to what we collectively view as the best outcome of whatever decision needs to be made, and then we work together to achieve that.
Rob Franke is always 5 steps ahead of everyone else in terms of where we should be going, and much of his leadership has been really defined by the focus on planning and looking ahead.
Mayor's leadership on the council to be able to put together and work with all of the personalities, if you will, with the council members over the last 22 years, and especially my term. I think his guidance and to form the vision of the city based on what the citizens want, I think his drive and his leadership has accomplished all of us to buy into that vision and to take it what it is today.
I feel that that's where we are now, that the city and all of its different pieces and parts, that it's been a transformative experience, and he was definitely the lead for that.
From the development of our city's economic spectrum to the spiritual components to the vision of our city, obviously all that is traceable right back to Mayor Franke's heart.
Having served with Rob for 2 decades, he's had a lasting impact that he has made people feel welcome. He has not been shy about embracing diversity and talking about diversity.
It's going to be really strange where Rob is not the mayor, but he's left the city in such a good place that I think that whoever comes behind him, they can't be Rob Franke, but I think that they will do a really good job, and people are going to respect whoever comes behind Rob.
So, Rob Franke, this is by far not the end. We've got many, many years together as friends and as colleagues. We have so much in common in terms of our love for the community, our love for family. We have a lot of common friends, some of which we will admit to and some of which we will not. And I am so grateful for having had the opportunity and the blessing to get to serve with and live within the community that you and Janae and your family have been in all these years. And so I'm not going to say goodbye. I'm going to say I am just as much looking for your next chapter as I know that you are, and I'm looking forward to our next chapter together as well.
Mayor Franke, it's been an absolute honor to serve with you as your city manager for 15 years. It was a very close relationship then, and it continues to this day. First and foremost, I want to say thank you for hiring me. You took a risk hiring a black man, even though there were some in the community that were a little bit uncomfortable with that. And a few years down the road, I want to say thank you again, because there was a very, very prominent businessman that wanted you to fire me, and you stood up to him and said, no, we're not going to fire Alan Sims. Over 20 mayors in my career, you're the absolute best mayor that I've ever worked with in my life. You have an incredible amount of knowledge, but the things that strikes me most about you is your heart of love, your ear willing to listen, and your hand willing to help. And so I would like to say to you, Rob Franke, you're my friend, you're my brother. I love you, man, and I wish you the best.
Mayor Franke, thank you almost seems cliche for the years of sacrifice that you've given to this city, for the expertise of leadership that you've given to this council and to all of our city leaders. We thank you, and we hope to live up to your legacy of being a genuine servant leader who believes in others.
Mayor Franke, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for your service and your dedication and your perseverance and persistence, because I know there's been many challenges even with Joe Pool Lake that y'all have been able to overcome. And I just hope that you will adjust to this new phase of your life and really embrace it and enjoy it. And I know that we'll still see you around the city. And it's time for you to do you. And I wish you only the best and God's blessings and His peace and joy in the days to come.
I love you, and I hope you enjoy your retirement. Your friend, Steve Mason.
Rob, I love you.
Rob, I speak on behalf of my whole family. We have always looked up to you, and we love you beyond. You have taught us so much. I could share all kinds of stories of when we were in Mexico or Costa Rica, and you have taught me how to be a better person. And so I just want you to know, on behalf of my family, that you are incredibly loved by us, and we're so grateful for how you've modeled Jesus Christ, and we just want to say thank you.
Rob, I want to thank you for being an amazing example of servant leadership, not just for me, but for so many others. Thank you for the personal conversations, for the support in tough times, for the motivation, and just letting me be along for this ride, for this very excellent journey that you've had here in the city. Thank you.
God bless Rob Franke, his family, and his future plans, and a giant gratitude for the things that he's given to us.
We've had good times. We've had some bad times. Some of this work has been hard. You've always done what you thought was right. You've always done it in a very kind and concerned manner. I see your style is a little more kind than mine probably is or was. His emotional, Rob, you stay calm and collected and cool at times when others wouldn't, and that's good. But again, back to, it's my mantra. Rob, you're a leader because you're a servant.
Hey, Rob. It's been a long time, buddy. You've gone down a pretty hard road. You've had great accomplishments, and you've fallen on the sword for a lot of people. And you have always persevered. You are a great man, a good father, a good grandfather, a great friend. And I just want you to know that I've got my shirt on, buddy. It's almost time for us to go and have our fun.
Rob, thank you for being approachable. Thank you for showing me how to be a leader. Still learning from you, still watching you. But as I stepped into leadership, you've been patient and very encouraging along the way. So thank you for that. And thank you for working for Unity. A lot of us we love what you have left us to build on.
Rob, it's been an honor and a pleasure to serve with you my entire 19 plus years on the City Council. You know, in my mind, you're always going to have the title of mayor, but through this course of these years, I've grown to have a good friendship with you, so I know I can always call you Rob. But I also see that how obvious it is of what you've done for the city and take us to another level. But I've got to thank you for doing what you did for me. You've made me a better person. You've made me a better city council member, and I thank you for that. I want to thank you and Rob, or I want to wish you and Janae the best of retirement, and I just want to say, love you, brother. God bless you.
You're a good man. You are one of those amazing individuals that I've had the privilege of knowing. You have spoken deeply into my life in both a professional and personal way. This city will miss you, but I am very thankful for what you have contributed to the city, to our lives, to our future. Thank you very much.
Rob, I just want to thank you for your years of service. I hope you don't think that you're finished. You're just moving on to the next step in your life. You know, I just buried my grandmother that was 100 years old, and she lived effectively 2 lifetimes. And every day of her life, she woke up and she asked the Lord, how can you use me today? What are you going to use me to do, to accomplish today? And don't forget that. The Lord is not finished using you yet. You're just on to the next mission, the next step of your life. This one is over. We will miss you. But don't for 1 minute think that the Lord has finished using you yet.
Mayor, I must say, it's been one hell of a ride. We've had a lot of fun. We've seen Cedar Hill go from a sleepy little suburban town to major, thriving suburbia. That's a major player in the Dallas Metroplex area. And I think you've had a great influence on that, making Cedar Hill known, serving on the Transportation Committee. Your knowledge of engineering and your being able to talk to other mayors and other leaders in the city and around the state had made us a city of destination. So again, I just want to say, Rob Franke, my friend, my brother in Christ, I love you and we'll miss you. Job well done. Farrell Sagan.
Rob, I just want to thank you with a deep, heartfelt thank you. You do more than just be mayor. You have been a friend. Your family's been a friend to our family. You have, I think, several times I've caught myself where I've called you Pastor Franke rather than Mayor Franke. And you are just somebody that is irreplaceable. You're gonna be everywhere. I have a really hard time saying thanks and goodbye, but you are Cedar Hill. You are exactly who you need to be. I am so confident that when you take on your next aspect of what you want to do, that it's going to be successful. I believe you will be as loved doing that as you have been here at the city. I have great confidence in who you are and what you do, and that you will be greatly appreciated. This is not an end to anything. This is just flipping a page and staying in the same chapter, because you are a servant at heart and you will be a blessing wherever you go. And the world is so big, we don't actually separate. We'll run into each other again later. I'm confident that ministry, our work, our service will bring us all back together. Love you, Rob.
Be confident in what you're leaving behind and what is to come, and know how grateful we all are for you. And this is not even sad, it's happy and it's exciting. I'm just so proud. I know that there's going to be something else that you're going to put your full heart into, and I honestly can't wait to see what that is next. And just to enjoy your time with Mom. I know you want to travel, and enjoy your time with your grandkids and take it easy for a little while. And I'm just so excited for this next chapter in your life, and I know it's only a matter of time before you find something else that you're putting everything into. And I love you.
I love your heart, and I love your support. We've weathered so many storms together, and God has always been there. And you say it best when you say it's all about your heart. It's all about what's in your heart, and always check yourself and look for the good in everything. I don't know, I would say that you're going to be irreplaceable, but I know that you're not. God has sent us on this journey. He sent you on this journey. This was all by His design, and we owe all the glory to Him. And I just thank you for being my husband, and I love you more than you'll ever know. And I do say I love you more.